This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Lightning Lee McGregor. Lee, it's fight week. You've waited a long time to hear that. Only a matter of days away now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, exactly. I've waited a long time. So to finally be a couple of days out from the fight, I'm so happy, relieved. Last little bit of things we need to pass, obviously, tests and all that tomorrow. Fingers crossed all goes well and we can start to get excited. But for now it's still keep the fingers crossed.
I was going to say, I'm sure you've got everything crossed still, but there are no complications with regards to the bout on Friday. Just for yourself, though, your mentality, trying to stay focused throughout this entire process, how have you found the all of the cancellations and the issues you've had up until this point and trying to stay focused on the task at hand?
Yeah, no, it's been tough. It really has been, to be honest. We're going back to the beginning of September is when I've been preparing for this fight for. We're now we're now approaching the end of March, and I've been literally training for this fight since September. So it's been a long time. There's been a lot of obstacles in the way. There's been a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs. But we're here. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the first cancellation was a real blessing. The improvements I've made since then, like the fighter Karim Guerfi was fighting, the Lee McGregor that Karim Guerfi was going to be fighting in November is a complete different Lee McGregor now, 100%. So it's definitely worked in my favour. As much as it's been frustrating, I couldn't be in a better place now going into this fight. And my improvements that I've made in the 6 months being with Ben and Lee Wiley, Barry Smith, everyone down the gym, I think everyone's going to be see a career best performance for sure on Friday night.
This prolonged camp effectively that you've had because of a fight being cancelled or postponed and then postponed back on and what have you, have there been times when you felt like you was close to maybe burning out because you'd had to continue to try to mentally prepare yourself?
Yeah, well, like I say, I'm just so grateful to have the best people around me, because that would have been the case if I never. Just in terms of everything, like Ben, he's not just a great coach. He's a good person and he's a clever guy and he's very wise. And when the cancellations and postponements or whatever were coming, it was always right at the last minute, the final hurdle. Every time all the hard work was done, and what he would do is he'd just send me home, recharge, refresh, switch off for the weekend. We get back to it again on the Monday, and that's what I've done. And that gave me the new lease of life each time, getting home and getting that little bit of extra motivation that I needed to see my daughter and that I hadn't been seeing for so long, and I haven't seen for so long. Every time I mention or think about her and that, I get emotional because it's been a long time. I'm starting to see photos of her on FaceTime and I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing changes through FaceTime, like I'm missing it in person, and it's tough, but it's all going to be worth it on Friday night. And when I finally achieve my dream of being European champion, British Commonwealth European champion at such a young age after 10 fights, and with all the pain and heartache and that I've been through, I think it's going to be an emotional night. But I've got full focus on the fight. I know it's going to be a tough task, but one I'm very confident that I can pull off.
Let's move on to the fight then, Lee. Karim Guerfi, an unknown quantity to some over here in the UK. So for you yourself, what have you seen on him? What have you studied about him and what are you expecting from him?
So he's a very good fighter. I feel like the delays and the postponements will definitely have affected him a lot more than they have me. Just in terms of him, he's getting older now. He's not fought for a long time. So all the benefits are really with me, in terms of the postponements and that, like I say. But as a fighter, he's definitely a good fighter. You don't win four European titles. He's won four. You don't win four European titles if you're not a good fighter. So he knows what he's doing. He's very experienced, a lot more experienced than me. But I will say, come fight night, I think everyone is going to see and think that I'm the 33 fight veteran in there. I'm the one that's had these 33 fights. I'm the one that's looking experienced. I'm the one that's composed, dictating what's going on. That's what I think is going to happen. But we'll see. He's going to come and he's going to put up a fight. But I'm confident that I can do this. And but again, going back to him as a fighter, you can sort of win European title. Like you've got these sort of foreign fighters and that they win European titles. They've kind of but like not beat anybody that decent for it. So, and then a Brit can come along and pick up a European title quite easily. And if their time is right and their luck's right, they could get quite an easy pushover. Like I believe that George Azori, the boy who Karim beat for this belt, was a lot easier fight than Karim is. So what I'm trying to say is I've not had it the easy way picking up my belts. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm in the hardest possible challenges for the level that I'm competing at and the titles I'm competing for. Like Commonwealth title, you can win a Commonwealth title in a much easier fight than Thomas Zomba after only 4 fights. Commonwealth and British titles, you can win a British title easier than fighting someone like KASH FAROOQ. And it goes for the same with the European. You can win a European title fighting someone easier than Karim Guerfi. But I like these challenges. I like the hard fights. I don't shy away from any challenge. I've made that clear. No risk, no reward. So far I've been taking the risks and I'm reaping the rewards, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Lee, is this a fight where you go out there with the intentions of making a statement, stamping your position as not just a European champion, but making kind of the European scene and the world scene known about your abilities? Or is it one where just win at all costs, doesn't matter whether it's a stoppage or a points win, whether it looks good or it doesn't? How do you assess the way that you have to win on Friday?
Obviously, win at all costs, but I'm very confident that it's going to be a clinical performance. I feel like a lot of people are going to see a massive change in me as a fighter. Hell, a lot of improvements. Actions speak louder than words, so I don't want to say too much, but I think people are going to be shocked on fight night.
And then just moving forwards, I'm sure you've spoken about it a lot in the past. You mentioned him earlier, KASH FAROOQ. Is the plan, or is there a plan where, provided you are successful on Friday, that rematch goes ahead in your next bout or further down the line?
Potentially, it's a huge fight, definitely. If it makes sense, then why not? It's a fight that definitely needs to, I feel like it needs to happen again. Whether that be for bigger honours, maybe. But it's a challenge I'm definitely not going to shy away from. So if Eddie Hearn is wanting to make that fight, then show us, give us the good offer, and it's no one we're going to turn back. But again, it's not up to me. I leave everything to my team, MTK, Ben, leave it all in their hands, and I'm sure they'll do what's right for me. But I'm open to anything they put forward to me, whether it be that rematch next. But obviously, full focus is firmly on Friday night first. It's life-changing. This is a life-changing fight for me. Winning this fight gives me life-changing opportunities after this. So it's full focus on that just now.
And Lee, just whilst I've got you, just want to get your thoughts on your campmates. Obviously, Shabazz Massoud returns to the ring on Friday. How's he been looking ahead of his bout with Louis Norman?
Yeah, no, Shabazz is a great talent. I feel sorry for him because he's sort of been on the same boat as me. He's been training for a long, long time with no date. He just never obviously had that date and then fell through, so it wasn't as sort of heartbreaking for him in terms of like all the hard work was done, all the anticipation and that had built up, and then it was crashed for him. He never had that, but it's been very challenging as well for him. He's sacrifices a lot away from his family, and he's made huge improvements as well. And I think Friday night people are going to see how good a coach Ben really is and how good a team we've got down at MTK Performance Centre. Not just Ben, Lee Riley. Not just a video analysis either. We call him a video analysis, but he's a lot more than that. Big Barry Smith, can't forget him. But yeah, we're going to show that this gym is no joke, and the performances are going to prove that.
And of course, Josh Taylor, somebody you've trained with for a long time, obviously before you linked up with Ben Davison as well. Just kind of talking about Josh, how's he looking ahead of his bout with Jose Ramirez?
Yeah, Josh's been in camp now for a good while. He's looking good. Everything's going really well for him. It's really exciting times for the both of us just now. I've got to do my job first, and then it's full focus on him for after that. And then potentially, we both win our next fights. We'll have every single belt in boxing between us. Two not bad for two Scottish lads. So fingers crossed, and God willing, we can do that.
I mean, just as a final question, I know you don't want to look beyond Friday, but I know Josh has spoken about fighting at Edinburgh Castle before. Would that be kind of a dream for you guys, Josh, to defend the undisputed titles at Edinburgh Castle, and you to be in a big fight of your own on the undercard?
No, Josh Taylor, Terence Crawford, Lee McGregor, KASH FAROOQ for a world title would be unbelievable. This is what I'm saying. This is what gives me the motivation for this fight on Friday night. Life-changing opportunities are coming after this, and that's why I've put my body through hell and back for that reason. So I'm looking forward to getting in the ring finally. Last couple of days, and I'm ready to go.
Right, Lee, just before I let you go, I'm going to leave a final word to yourself. For everybody who's going to tune in and watch you on Friday night, for everybody who can't be there but will continue to support you from home, what would you like to say to them?
Just obviously, it's one of them. It's a bit of a nightmare that the crowd, because I know for a fact I would have had an army behind me. I would have sold out whatever arena it would have been back in Scotland for this fight. So I'm a bit gutted, but I know they'll all be rooting for me. I know they'll all be tuning in, and that victory is for you just as much as it is me. And I can't wait to bring that belt back to Scotland and get a big defence up there when things are back to normal, hopefully very soon.
Lee, best of luck on Friday. Stay safe, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Nice one, mate.